Speaking of 2006, what would this list be without the hardest band of all time? The band is 100 Demons. The song is His Father's Son. It's so important to remember when writing these things that moshability is number one. You don't need to do the most technical thing in the world to create a moshable moment.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to go gun 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 gun. Hello, welcome. It's HardLore time. How are you, Bo?
I'm feeling amazing today.
Me too.
Wow.
This is a ceremonious day. It's a ceremonious occasion. This is our first ever big list episode on the brand new standalone HardLore channel.
Wow.
So we figured we'd go back to basics here.
Yeah, basics, but current. Right?
Exactly.
We're living in today.
We've previously done 2 compilation episodes of our favorite breakdowns of all time, but we figured a lot of people request more modern stuff. Mm-hmm. And after that Big Boy episode where he's all about modernity, it just made me think, well, let's talk about 2000 to 2025. So this episode is a celebration of our favorite breakdowns in mostly hardcore music.
Yeah.
Almost entirely hardcore music from 2000 to 2025.
And let me tell you, there was a couple 1999s where I pulled up.
Dude, there was a 98 that was going to be in my top 5 that absolutely devastated me.
That's an honorable mention for sure.
It's an honorable mention, absolutely. But what, I tried to keep this also primarily bands I hadn't mentioned.
Yes.
In previous episodes.
I have like 2 or 3 repeats, but I'll explain. They're kind of different bands almost. You'll see. But yeah, I did the same thing, which made this really hard because the first 2 times we did this, it was just like, wow, like I can pick anything.
Which Hatebreed parts are going to be in the top 2, you know?
And now it's like, I can't do a Hatebreed song. So
there's why I got one in there just because. What is this list without Hatebreed?
I managed to do it.
Good job. But let's set it off. So we're each, as we do this with our normal format, we list 15 in no specific order.
Right.
And then we do a top 5.
Yes. So exciting. How fun.
Very fun. So these are the best breakdowns from 2000 to 2025. I will start with a modern titan. A band who The expression, it takes time to be timeless, I associate with them every time. The band is King 9.
Uh-oh.
Are they high up there for you?
No, but they're
I bet you we didn't pick the same thing.
Okay.
I picked the song No Dream. But I think the Brotherhood Denied section into that pit part is absolutely magnificent. This was a comp song.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They have such a cool writing style.
Yeah.
Their box, like we talk about, is like not a box. It's a pyramid.
Yeah, Gion's box is all over the place.
It's all over the place. It's sick.
The box, to the uninitiated, is what we refer to as certain writers in guitar music have their specific zone on the fretboard. Where they start a song or they sit or like a key that they kind of always go back to.
Yeah.
I'm a 7, 8, 6 man. You know?
Yeah. And
I'm a Slayer scale man.
A lot of hardcore is 0, 1, 3, 4 in that range.
That's the Hatebreed scale. That's my blood type.
Yeah.
but 7, 8, 6 is my box.
Yeah. Totally.
King 9, the box is out of control because Gion's an absolute sicko.
I love it.
Brilliant band.
Yeah.
One of the greats. Can't wait for new stuff.
I'm going to go out of the gate with the first one that came to mind. This is almost, when I hear the term breakdown, because some of these aren't really like breakdowns. They're more parts that, people will pit to. Do you know what I mean? It is a breakdown.
Sure. But I went for like, when you hear it, you know it type. for the list. I also, my big thing here, songs I've moshed to.
Oh, interesting. That's fun.
Songs I have and would repeatedly mosh to.
Some of these for sure have, and for sure would. My first pick is by a band called First Blood off of the demo version of Victim. The fucking Rambo, and then
is this Citadin?
That is quite literally when I think of like it's like breakdown music, like a band with a lot of breakdowns. That's like the prototype, the archetype that lives in my head. Perfect sample, perfect China placement, perfect part for what they're doing. That demo rocks.
The demo's
love that demo.
Undeniable.
Yeah, the demo and the split and a couple tracks on California, but for like
and then you get some Fruit Loops in there.
Yeah, and then
but my God, some bangers.
Plus 5 to chest armor.
Exactly.
Impervious.
Great pick. My mind didn't go First Blood, but that, this is why 2025 there's 1,000 new breakdowns every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're narrowing it down to 40. So you're getting just a little taste here of some good stuff. I'm going back to a recent band here. This is the part where I found myself thinking, oh, this band is serious now.
Okay.
The band is Sunami.
Oh.
I think even the band would tell you when they wrote the demo, they had no expectations. They were doing this for locals only. Mm-hmm. They were going to be a local band just doing a demo for fun. Then they did the split with Gulch.
Right.
And old Mike Dirt, put this riff in there.
He picked up his V and he said,
boom, 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 boom. There's like sweeps and pinches. And this is when I knew this man meant business. The song is called Step Up. This is their hardest song. This riff is insane. Mike's playing it by himself every time.
Yeah.
I stop and stare every time I see this live in awe. I've never seen him mess it up. He never blinks. He never smiles. He does a great job.
But he's always
Step
watching.
Up.
He's always watching.
And this is a modern Titanist band. They're drawing their own freaks everywhere they go.
Yeah.
And parts like this, you understand why.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep it local to you now. This is a little bit of a cheat code, but I'm picking a Cosmic Joke song, Empty Nesting Doll.
That's a great pick.
Dude, that part is awesome. And it does, for that style of hardcore, like for fast kind of, not melodic hardcore, but like, catchy hardcore.
Sure.
Hardcore with hooks. You're not going to have a spin kick part. You're going to have a skank and stage dive part. And that's exactly what it is. And from the second...
That's why it was first single as well.
Dude,
it's like their first mosh part, and they wanted it front and center.
And it's also kind of the second mosh part. You know what I mean? Because there's and it's like just like a change of pace in the song.
That's like a fast skank mosh part.
Yes. And then they give you this part, and it's like that's what I want out of that style of hardcore.
Yeah, I agree.
So this was really, I'm at the top of my list, like working down. So it came to mind really quickly because that part, every time I see them, every time I listen to that record, that's the part that sticks in my head.
Beautiful.
Little earworm.
Beautiful. HardLore Records 001. Got to represent. Love it. Love that pick. You're all getting a big spectrum of breakdowns here. It is a wide term.
Believe me, we're going to get into the doldrums of 2005.
Okay.
It's coming up.
Speaking of 2006.
Yep.
Or no, when was this? I don't know, 4 or 5. The band is 100 Demons. Should I wait?
No, you didn't pick 100 Demons on the previous list, or did you? Maybe.
I think I may have.
You did. Never Surrender Virtue.
I didn't. This is 2000 to 2025. What would this list be without the hardest band of all time?
Yeah. Hey, I'm with you. I just I will use a concession later on. So please.
Yeah,
continue.
this is 99% untapped territory, but the
self-titled.
The self-titled. The song is His Father's Son. This is the 100 Demons part that gets me every time. I'm activated live. I become an active mosher in the area. It's absurdly hard. It's the hardest part on the record. I think it's the hardest 100 Demons part. So that means it's the hardest part by the hardest band.
There you go. Yep.
So scientifically undeniable to leave off of this list.
And then I love they keep it tight, real staccato during the first part, and then they dun dun
dun dun.
Oh
dun,
man.
Dun, 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 dun. And there's so many reminders on here. Like let this list inspire you because it's so important to remember when writing these things that moshability is number one. You don't need to do the most technical thing in the world to create a moshable moment.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to go gun 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 gun.
Yeah, this is a very technical record.
Yes.
Like extreme musicianship. A lot like some of the solo like I grew up hating solos in like aggressive music. You know, I just never it wasn't for me. Loved them on this as soon as I heard
There's a solo in this song that's like Slash-esque.
where it's like
it's beautiful.
It's great.
Gorgeous stuff. Technical song, and then you give him a moment of levity with the pit.
Oh. Great pick.
Beautiful.
Great
Thank
pick.
You. It had to be on here.
Yeah.
Whether it's on another list or not, it had to be on here.
Yeah, I'm with you. My next one was a band who are underappreciated, and I know you'll agree with me. Band called New Lows, song called Hatchet Head. And dude, the breakdown is just that riff, like a little slower, but the way they play it, it sounds like Crowbar. It's a total Crowbar riff, and I never really put that together. But when I was listening to stuff, putting this list together, I went, oh, like, oh yeah, love New Lows.
Great pick.
Yeah, when New Lows stuff first came out, we like our group were all in. Like that was like the band.
I was all about it.
Yeah.
And then I had the distinct honor of playing drums for New Lows on their only U.S. tour ever. So there's a little bit of my heart in New Lows forever.
Yeah.
There's this amazing moment where when we practiced one time before Sound and Fury, which was day one of the tour.
What year was this?
2010.
Okay.
Practiced one time. So I'm 18 years old. The band at the time is, of course, P-Boy John Policastro on vocals, Austin Lemieux from Portland, Maine on guitar, and Dave Policastro, John's brother, on bass. I think it was just a 4-piece. I sat down at practice and started playing the intro to Infernal Machine by Sam Black Church.
Okay.
We played the whole song.
Really?
Yeah, so that was just one of those things where John is looking at this 18-year-old kid that he barely knew that was playing drums for them, and just like we had this connection in that moment of like, oh, he gets it.
Oh, that's really nice.
We found the right guy.
Yeah,
it was cool.
It's funny that Convicted and I think Harm's Way played shows with New Lows like throughout the country, but I don't think it was ever on a tour. So
like a tour.
You wouldn't have been playing.
Yeah,
isn't it's just like
I only did it the one time, but that's my heart is from Boston forever because of that.
Yeah.
My next pick, bringing it back home, bringing it back close to the heart. The band is Nails.
Oh.
The song is God's Cold Hand.
Okay, good, because I did Wide Open Wounds.
Yeah. I'm going John's Cold Van.
Yeah.
This record is where Abandon All Life is to me where they realized there was no rules with what they were doing. You know?
Man.
Like, oh, we can do whatever we want. We can be as hard as we want. And Taylor, I'm sure, was like, can I do just crazy double bass over this? Please? I've been asking for years. Absolutely absurd part. Straight palm mutes. Into the God Will Die With Me lyric.
God.
Straight Tom G. It's what more do you want here?
When I first listened to this, and there's the low. Todd's doing the low under the chorus. Like it, like that. That actually is my favorite song on that record, and always has been. That's that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then when Taylor goes into the down into the double bass part at the end is like, man.
I also think he, like, on the record, this is kind of where the first time to me where he did his live thing recorded.
I see.
So it was like you're getting the full, raw, real live Nails experience here. This is their hardest song to me.
Yeah, I think I agree. That's fun.
It's a good one.
My next pick, another band near and dear to you. But it was the first time that we had heard them, and I was like, oh, this band is really cool and really heavy. It's Xibalba. And it's like the first single ever, I think, would have been Cold. And just like, and then into the, is that the one with the video from the apartment?
Yeah, Taylor moshing in the house party.
So I just like love that, because by the time that video came out too, we had slept on that floor. You know what I mean? It was just like a nice thing and good memories. But when I put it on yesterday, I was like, fuck, this is so heavy and like very perfectly like Celtic Frostly kind of like imperfect, where it makes it like raw and sick.
Couldn't agree more.
So heavy.
It's so real.
Yes.
That video, that song was like era defining for California hardcore.
Yeah.
So special. Can't be replicated. Incredible band. I've moshed for that song 10,000 times, I think.
A rare, perfect hardcore video, too.
Because
like,
it's
just fucking around, and it's awesome. Yeah. Like, I think it's really
It's
cool.
guys being dudes.
Yeah.
And it made that video explode.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That video was a phenomenon.
Yeah. Awesome.
Great pick.
Thank you.
Fantastic pick.
Thank you.
My next pick, I'm going out east for this one. Circling back to 2001 on the 1134 album. This is a band called Irate. Obviously, one of the hardest records ever written by human beings, period. I've previously put CPR on another list.
Right.
But I gotta set this in stone real quick and put the opening track, Gone, on this list once and for all. The intro is like 1/8 of the reason God's hate exists. Oh. So I must give it its flowers. Irate, Gone, 1134. Opening track, the opening second. If you've not heard it, you will be sold for life. Enjoy.
Very good. Great pick. All right. I'm going I think it's 2004 or 2005.
Okay.
Band called Comeback Kid.
When
Turn It Around came out, the first song, the opening song, is called All in a Year. I was a still punk, getting into youth crew, but interested in heavier music. And this was a perfect bridge for me. It was just a perfect, like, oh, this sounds, because it's a guy with like a higher pitched voice, so it doesn't sound like, and I thought that,
and you can understand.
You can understand him. There's sing-alongs, and it's still heavy. It's definitely like a little melodic, but certain bands for some reason just got a pass for that, and I can't explain it. But the song All in a Year, the very very first song, there's double bass, there's a breakdown. It's like I remember being in, I think it was a freshman in high school, and just being like obsessed with this record when it came out.
This record clicked worldwide, dude. This is another like global phenomenon.
And yeah, I don't know. They're still fucking rocking. Like Andrew, friend of the show, Andrew is now the singer and was shortly thereafter, but just still rocking.
They played here a couple months ago. It was strictly hardcore lineup. Absolutely insane.
It's so cool.
Sold the fuck out. Bonkers. Balls to the wall. Sweat dropped down my balls. Everything.
So yeah, first song on the first Comeback Kid record.
Great pick.
Thank you.
I'm staying out east for a little bit. This obviously, you can't even talk about what modern hardcore has become without mentioning this band. And this, I think, is the hardest part that this band ever wrote. Band is Trapped Under Ice.
Ooh, I wonder if we picked the same thing. That'd be awesome.
Maybe. To me, this is, having talked to them and picking their brain about it, the ethos and the intention behind this song is exactly what I think about every time I write a mosh part. The song is too true. When it came out, I asked Sam personally, like, tell me about this. Because I visualize 1,000 spin kicks. And he said that was exactly what he saw. Was just like blood and violence and war. And when you get to this part, the you get blood and war. And a young Colin, 18 years old, on his first tour, terrorizing Norwegians and Polish people all across Europe to this song.
9.
Every time, he tapped me on the shoulder, please stop! Tasmanian Devil. I was Tasmanian and the Devil as this song played.
Which record is that on?
This is on Secrets of the World.
Beautiful. Excellent. Great pick.
It's the hardest one.
My TUI is in a little bit, so we'll get there.
Okay.
Next for me, I'm also going east. This one is fun because the whole song minus one fast part is a breakdown, and it's like a cheat. It's part, fast part, part. Song called by Righteous Jams called Busted. Busted! What more do you need?
Sometimes the guy's just got to bust it.
It's just kind of busted, man. It's a perfect ding 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 gang gang gang. Very locking out, very of the time. They played during this time period. They played at the Knights of Columbus in Chicago, and they played all of their songs, and people wouldn't stop doing like the side to side, saying like one more, while moshing, and was it Joey who sang? Was like, yeah, we don't know anymore. and I think it was this guy, Crucial Kyle, said, play it one again. And they played this song again. They just said, all right, just played it again.
Sometimes the guy's got to bust it one more time. You know?
I don't know. This is just like, the other end of the spectrum for me. If First Blood is the one end or that 100 Demons part is the one end, this is the other end where it's like more like Cosmic Joke, where it's a different part entirely, but it can be just as rowdy and fun.
But this is a band that got everybody. So this makes sense, dude. Like this, Righteous Jams had the posse kids, the beatdown kids, literally every spectrum of hardcore that exists. Everybody was all in on Righteous Jams because the ethos was hard and scary and violent, but the message and the performance was like welcoming and raw and real.
Yeah, very much. Well said.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Once in a lifetime band. Because if you cannot replicate talking about playing Righteous Jams, you know?
Right. Yeah.
It has to be these tenured hardcore music professionals spreading this message. One of the greats.
Absolutely.
All right, my next pick. We're going super modern with this. This is a band that I refer to as the Chosen Ones. They're from Oxnard, California. The band is Torena. This is the part that just knocked my socks off physically when I heard it, and I knew what was coming. It was like, okay, well this is obviously the band, and then if they do it right, they can have whatever they want. The song is called Bleed. Last year was their first year playing Sound and Fury. Absolutely insane set.
Yep.
During this song, the fucking sing-along before the mosh part, kids were on stage destroying every piece of gear. It was chaos, It was madness, but it was exactly what you want. It was the birth of a phenomenon. Torena Bleed, this part rocks my socks. I got no more socks left. I've bled them off because of this song. Love it so much. This part is insane. They truly understand the science of mosh, and as a mosh scientist myself, that I need that. I need to know what you're capable of, and this showed me that.
I remember that. I like forgot about that set, but as you described it, it all came back to me.
Madness.
Yeah. Wow. I'll go modern too, because I did want to do something that is like a band's most recent release. I wanted to put, and I went with friends of the show, Missing Link. Fucking, I just went with New York Minute. The window part is scary. Like it's a frightening part to hear. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm coming.
Yeah, and just like the way they do it, the riff, it's scary. I've seen it be scary. And I don't know. I think that is probably my favorite record from last year.
I mean, it was the 2024 HardLore Award winner of Album of the Year, so I would, of course.
But I just think like I wanna put the award winner and my favorite record. I wanna give them some flowers for the part.
Fantastic pick, and they're out here doing it now. They're doing it for real. Outstanding band, outstanding group of guys. Love to see them win. It deserved the hell out of that award. Incredible record, incredible part, incredible song. I love to see them like higher up on bills now.
Yeah, it's time.
And like the reactions they're getting, it just feels. It's nice to see the good guys win. Yeah. Speaking of the good guys winning, my next pick is perhaps the song I've physically moshed to more than any other song.
Interesting.
In the history of music.
Really?
Yeah. This is a band I've toured with a lot.
Is it a terror song?
And I've seen so many times.
It's a terror song.
And is so beloved to me for so many reasons. The band is Harm's Way.
Oh, no.
The song is Breeding Grounds. I could be in a coma, medical, induced or other. Breeding Grounds would pull me out.
Just the breakdown part specifically.
Oh yeah,
that was a Chris Mills riff. Well,
by way of some things,
by way of Ramallah,
but that's what you want.
Wolverine Blues for sure.
That's what I want. I want to hear a modern artist take on something perfect and classic. And this is a modern classic. Isolation is a modern classic. It's not even a modern classic anymore. It's just a classic. It stood the test of time. You guys made a perfect piece of extreme art. And to me, this is the centerpiece. This is the pièce de résistance. From the second the song starts, you know something's coming. It's like a warning.
It's like the only one. We've only ever done one tour where we don't play that song. Like, it's one of the only old ones that we just always play because we still enjoy playing it. Like, it's still fun,
got it,
you know?
Even that's fun.
It's fun. The Godflesh part.
Chorus is fun.
Yeah. I really like it. I've always liked that song. Thank you.
Perfect pit. Masterpiece. Great job, Bo.
Well, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to turn the mirror around on you. Uno reverse.
Wow.
I'm picking Finish the Job by God's Hate.
That's the one?
That's the one. I love the part in God's Hate. I love that part. But I think from the blast part that is so long, by the way, I still can't believe you let it be that long to build.
I wasn't thinking. And it was not, the first draft was not a blast.
Oh.
It was a Borderland hard, like.
I got you. Yeah. But I think you made the right decision because this builds, because you don't know what's coming. And then also what I love is the Kill Them, like Deicide part fades in.
Yeah.
If you just started at max volume, it wouldn't do it.
Wouldn't hit the same.
It would not hit the same. And then that's not even really the breakdown. Breakdown is coming. But often I find there's a couple others on this list. I like the little, like the pre-breakdown, like the taste.
Yeah.
And that's specifically what I'm talking about in this song.
I think the best breakdowns are due to what comes before and after them.
Yes.
You know? It's how you get there is as important as what you're doing when you're there.
My number one pick is the part before the part. That's my number one on the end of this list. So
I love that.
Yeah. But yeah.
Thanks, Bo.
That's my pick.
Thanks, Bo. That song took a long time, so.
Paid off.
You might not know it, but it did. My next pick, I'm going late aughts. This band tore up the charts immediately. Everybody, listen, obviously we know title fight's impact on music, you know? We know how badly people are begging for them back. We understand. We agree. It's time. But on the other side of the coin, what they were doing with our good friend Saba and Rifkin was an incredible short-lived band called Bad Seed.
I feel like if you got to see them, are you talking about like the Sound and Fury that they played? I would imagine is like that. I'm
talking about they played United Blood a bunch. They played Sound and Fury. They played Rainfest. The song was Real Rain Pours. And then when they do it live, they played the part again slower with halftime on the crash.
Yeah,
hit like crack. This is to me their hardest part. This is like a marquee pit moment of this generation of hardcore music. Mm-hmm. You know, where like somehow everybody heard this single. That was not on our record. You know.
Yeah.
And collectively understood that this was the moment of the night every time. Unbelievable track.
I've told this story before, but I literally saw people getting moshed out of a garage door like lemmings during this part at United Blood because the pit was so activated that people were just falling backwards into an alley. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. It was one of the most violent things I've ever seen. And they were a band who would like play 3 songs and like that would just kind of be it.
Short set, yeah.
Short set. And
15, 20.
And then like a cover. And that would be it.
Yeah.
Dude, I have an incredible story I have to tell you, and I have to think about how I can tactfully explain this. Mick Foley was recently somewhere signing autographs and signing some stuff. Title Fight was playing over the stereo. And Mick asked if they could change the music to something a little happier.
That's a great band. That's a sign of a great band.
Hey,
you know?
Yeah. If the guy who's been hit over the head is like, this is just too sad. I can't take it.
The Have a Nice Day guy is like, I'm not having a nice day because of this song. Please change it. You've written a morose masterpiece.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's the spin.
Morrissey would be proud.
Oh, I thought that was fun.
That is fun.
All right, I'm going to go back again around the same time, a little earlier, early 2000s.
Okay.
Band called Figure 4. I talk about this record a lot. Suffering the Loss is a great record. There's a song called Kill and Deceive. That is so fucking heavy.
Canadian Mount Rushmore, as we've said.
Absolutely. This record to me, for anyone listening, is like the way that we talk about, listen to your favorite bands and rework the riffs and make new stuff. It's like someone doing that with Marauder and I don't know what else.
There's Hatebreed. There's Hatebreed scale.
But
friend of the show, Steven.
There's
the 4 legend.
Yeah. There's
my man.
There's the part where it goes, because the whole thing is about like falling out of love, suffering the loss of God, because they were a Christian band. At the end of the song, he goes, liar, your fault. Liar, your fault. Liar. It's so fucking awesome. It's so heavy. It hit hard when I put it on yesterday.
Okay.
Love.
See, it's going to hit like crack in the playlist, which is linked below in the description as always.
Record rocks.
Yeah, I love this album. This is I didn't know the gimmick that this was like the post-Christian thing. Mm-hmm. So even not knowing that when I was in high school, I accepted this.
I got you.
I'm so vehemently anti-Christian hardcore.
Yeah.
And I still was down with this.
Yes.
It was like, it's pretty hard.
It was pretty fucking good. Yeah, exactly.
So even better now.
Yep.
All right. Love it. Great pick. Canada's finest. This episode is brought to you by AG1. What was the first thing you did this morning, Bo?
I woke up and filled a glass with cold water.
How many ounces?
About 8 to 12.
8 to 12?
Yeah, roughly. And then one simple scoop of this beautiful green powder.
That's all it takes. And then you're getting all of your daily prebiotics, probiotics, nutrients you need. You don't need a cup of spinach anymore. You can just drink a glass of cold water. And guess what? If you go to drinkag1.com/HardLore,
right,
not only are you going to get this incredible substance, they're going to give you 5 free travel packs for free. And this is one of the greatest developments in the history of this product. The travel pack is now cylindrical.
So you can simply rip and pour.
And done. It's 2025, okay? It may be 2026 when you're watching this. We don't know yet.
We have no idea.
But we have hopefully survived by then because of the incredible things we're putting in our bodies now. AG1 is a big part of that. drinkag1.com/HardLore. This episode is brought to you by Mad Vintage.
Hey, Colin, where'd you get that shirt?
maddvintage.com. Wow. Yeah, that's all you got to do. You go to this website. You listen to a band that we talk about on our show. He's got you covered. You're going to find the shirts you've been looking for your entire life. And this is we're passionate about this.
It's one of our favorite aspects of the thing that we're into. And it's important to note, Luke over at Mad Vintage, he's looking to buy. He's looking to trade. He wants to see what you got. You know you have things you haven't worn in a long time in that closet.
And you might sell them to him and see him on this show someday. So let's hurry it up. Hit him up. I want him. Our closets are full. So please get the stuff before we do.
I can't take anymore.
No. That's code HardLore15 for 15% off. Mad Vintage. Back to the episode. Up next, we've got a modern great, a band we both love so much. You've toured with them. I've seen them a bunch. Taylor works with them intimately. Band is Ingrown.
Ooh, I had Ingrown on my list too.
The title track for the debut album, Gun. They haven't played this the last 5 times I've seen them. It makes me absolutely sick. This part is... sometimes I hear something and I think, I would have done that differently. You know?
Yeah.
They should have done this. This is not that time. This is the time where I listen to this and I go, how? Not only do I wish I thought of that.
Yeah.
They did exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
It made me feel warm. And it just gave me a good feeling. It made me feel like everything's going to be fine.
I love Ingrown. I love that there is a band from Boise that are a collective group of weirdos. Full respect. They know I love them.
Absolutely.
Who are just killing it. It makes me really happy.
Ross's Instagram got hacked the other day. Did you?
No way.
Did you see that?
No.
That was awesome. Got by a crypto guy.
Oh, sick.
I messaged him and I was like, give him his account back, man. Come on,
man.
He got it back. But yeah, it's the band's a miracle. Both records absolutely incredible. Check out the new album is called Idaho. It's out now in Closed Casket. Check it out.
Good song on it called Bullet.
Oh, it sure is. Of course there is.
What's the song that's gung 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 ticka ticka gung 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 gung?
That's the hit. That's their big closer. Yeah,
dude. Every time that you see that live, every time it gets me.
Dude, they're a band that wins everybody over by the time they're done.
Yeah, I fully agree. Because
even if it's not active when they start because they're opening for somebody.
Yeah.
By the time they're done, the whole floor is moving.
Also, I want, for all my guitar heads out there who are listening to this, if you haven't gotten a chance to watch Ingrown, watch what Ross is doing. He's playing out of 2 heads. He's jumping around and singing and the only guitar player, and he will mute one head to make it sound like one guitar is playing a part and then unmute and it's full stereo again. That is not easy. It's not easy.
That's not easy without singing.
Exactly. It's not easy to be Todd has done it and Ross has done it. Being a standalone singing dude in an aggressive band like this with stage dives, not easy to do.
Yeah.
And then he's doing all this other shit on top of it. Very wild to me. Very impressive.
That's a damn band.
That's a band right there.
Beautiful stuff. Everything's gonna be okay. Ingrown's holding it down.
I got a dark horse pick here. Something you might not expect. Band called Most Precious Blood. They, on their LP, have a song called Apparition that like kind of scared me as a kid.
You were such a pussy.
The riff is just like haunting.
Yeah.
But at the end of this song, there's like a singing part. And I guess you wouldn't necessarily be like killing to it, but I'm imagining a pile-on, which can be a form of a breakdown. You know what I mean? Like a big,
I mean, the song, I guess technically the song breaks down into that part.
And there's like this, it's like there's multiple layers singing, and it comes out of nowhere. You wouldn't expect that on this record. It's really cool. And I probably hadn't listened to it since I was a teenager. And did it hit you crazy style putting this together? It was awesome.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Excellent pick. My next pick. The band is All Out War. The band is All Out War, and this is a band that whose hardness and mosh science and ingenuity spans multiple generations now.
PhDs in mosh science, doctors of spin kickonomics. They've put out so much music. A lot of music, yeah.
And most of it is post 2000.
Interesting.
I think the shining moment in terms of moshability happens on the 2015 Dying Gods EP.
Oh, yes.
The song is called Vengeance Reigns Eternal. They do something that I'm a huge fan of knowing what you've got with this riff, playing it once and never playing it again.
Oh.
It's very Tom G Warrior-esque.
Very economic, very spin kickonomic for real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where we're going to strategically place this fucking insane part in the middle of the song for 8 measures, and you're never hearing it again, and we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff after.
Wow.
And this fucking riff. Not only the coolest riff on the record, one of the best All Out War riffs ever. Extremely hard, extremely moshable. One of my favorite modern breakdowns in history.
I gotta go. I'm going home. Sweet home, Chicago.
Bring it home.
This is one of my repeats. I did a different record. So on the first one, I did the Killer American Flag Coffins off the demo. This is off the first Killer LP. Better to be carried by 6 than judged by 12.
Judged by 12.
I got it backwards.
Yeah.
Judged by 12 and carried by 6.
What a brilliant.
It's awesome.
Brilliant title.
It's awesome. And this is the closer, which is the scariest thing when you're seeing the Killer. The song's called True Failure.
At the end, the demons won.
The end
what
part
a
is
fucking track.
The end part is, in the end, the demons won. What a fucking waste. You threw it all away. Everything we made up in fucking flames. Go to sleep. And it's just like, it's just heavy. There's no other way to put it. And if you see it, if you see any videos of it, it's when people are committing acts of crime. As it should be.
That's what you want.
And it's just, I don't know, formative for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Because these were the older, grizzled dudes in the scene when I was young were always really cool to us. And it showed me that, you can make music where people beat each other's asses to and everyone's having a great time. That's an important memory. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's everything.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be,
Yes.
Mutual violence. Violence for the band. We're paying tribute to you.
Yes.
With our bodies.
Yes.
Because we love you and this part is so damn hard. Great pick.
Thank you.
Had to be on here.
It did have to be. And there's several other songs. I will find a way to put the Killer on every single list we ever
You should.
do.
I mean, I could have put God Forgot on mine. That is a part where that'll activate me anytime. Get down. Hard as shit. My next pick is another HardLore Records release. On the count of this is something I heard and immediately reached out in every way possible, being like, please God, let us help with this in some way. The band is Mongrel, off of the EP Baptized in the Gutter, co-released by us, released by Days, the great Days. The song is Tightrope Walk. And you listen, you know I love going pit to pit to pit to pit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This song and this pit in particular, I can tell was written so methodically. Because it has A's and B's and C's and D's and E's, you know?
Yeah.
Where like they're going back to A and then they're doing a new tag here. Going back to A and then we're doing this new thing. But it all seamlessly transitions into this thing that's still moshable and not like overly technical. Just outstanding. Hardest part on the record to me. This is a band that's just getting started.
Right.
The mosh has just begun. I look forward to seeing it evolve in real time.
Excellent. That's almost why I did Cosmic Joke, because I wanted to represent our bands, you know?
Gotta do it.
And I had a feeling you would do Mongrel, so that worked out nicely.
Have to.
All right, here's my Trapped Under Ice pick.
Yeah, hit me.
It's off of the EP, Half a Person. There's the big ring out part, and then the that is a much more difficult riff than it sounds like.
They often are with them.
It's with a power chord. It's quick, and it's not something I would ever think of writing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I remember hearing that and being like, what? Like, what? What?
That whole song, does that open Stay Cold?
Yes. No.
Or is there one song? There might be a song before it, but but hearing that, I think that was a single on MySpace or something. So I heard that first. And like the amount of words he fits into there.
Yeah.
That still sounds cool, and I'm somehow like registering everything he's saying and being like, holy shit, this band is fucking back. They did it again. Because this is months after the demo. Right. Everybody's anticipating this record.
Right.
It hits, so it ticks every box, and then this mosh part hits.
How about this? The tempo change is cued by a vocal part. And if I never it's slower than the previous part. And that's just it happens, but it's a cool touch.
That's real band shit.
Yes.
That's not writing alone on Logic on the Grid type shit.
You're absolutely right.
That's the homies
in a
collaborating.
Room. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Love that.
That's humanity.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that riff.
Incredible riff. What a band. What a record. Great pick, Bo. I've got a modern great up next from Detroit, Michigan. Band is Never Ending Game. They're another band with a silly demo that was way better than it had any right to be. The LP is where they start taking things seriously. The song is God Forgives.
God forgives.
It's a minute and a half.
Perfect.
And it's an incredible reminder of you don't need to do too much, man. Sometimes you just got to go shun, kun, 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 kun. But you got Derek on drums, who's always doing... You're not going to expect the little kick accents he's going to do always. You know, he's always there to spice up. You can always just play with the riffs playing. Of
course, yeah, you could just match the
Or
palms.
you can be like, I'm a fucking drummer and I'm going to drum this part up real quick. So there's just a little extra sauce in the song overall, the like that leads to such a satisfying culmination here. This is my favorite Never Ending Game song to this day. I think it's the closer still. Hard ass song. It's very inspiring just to see what can be done in a minute and a half without compromising anything about your band. Hard as shit. Legendary. Belongs on here.
Yep.
Period.
Great pick. Here's my King 9 pick. It's from the fucking 2-song Art of War release.
Of course it is.
Intro, and then the Art of War. And it's specifically, obviously the intro is the intro. It's incredible. And I'm including them both because it's like 5 minutes total, you know?
It's a single.
It's a single. You know? The no compromise part Like,
dude.
And I think Dan sounds really good on this. It's so raw and like he's really fucking screaming. I don't know. I remember when it came out. I think I have the tape somewhere. I've always been a fan of this one. I love that. Like, I know that it's annoying as a band to have an old song that people always want to hear.
Yeah, but this song is Art of War is on,
and the intro is specifically is what I mean. You know,
right. But they know what they got with this
exactly. Exactly. And I like that they like lean into it being like, let's jump, let's have fun, we're gonna go crazy. Yeah. And
that's awesome. timeless HC right there.
Mm-hmm. And it had to be on there.
It's no longer a modern classic, it's just a classic.
Love it.
Great pick. Had to be on here.
Had to be on there.
Speaking of have to be on here, if we're talking 2000, I think I put this on a previous list.
Say it.
The band is Death Threat.
I think you did.
Song's Never Again. This is another instant activation type track.
It's like MK Ultra. You're in the crowd. You're Sirhan. You just
even I'm like on stage thinking like I gotta play soon or I gotta play tomorrow. I can't go too hard. I can't wait to watch Death Threat right now.
And then it's hat off, phone down.
And I don't have a choice. This is obviously to me a timeless hardcore masterpiece, one of the greatest records ever. The perfect blend of Hatebreed and Youth of Today. Of the perfect blend of all things that we love about hardcore music together on one record. It don't get much better than this, man. And this to me, this is the singular like breakdown moment of the record. I would highlight in a 2000 to 2025 highlight reel.
Really interesting.
Yeah,
cool
to me.
There's
a couple other ones I could do if I'm thinking like I already put that. I don't want that. You could put the Disgrace Pit. You know, there's other things, but Never Again I think is the pick.
I'm realizing you just said the word Disgrace, and I'm realizing that I skipped my next pick, which is a band called Disgrace.
Which part we going?
Fucking first song on the LP. Dude, the way it switches, the gung 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 gung. Oh my god. Some of those songs are so fucked up, I can't follow them, but I know that part. You know what I mean? Like when they give you the parts that I can follow, because my brain doesn't work like Kyle's. I don't know whose.
Nobody's does, other than maybe Mike. And Mike is somehow able to translate Kyle's thoughts, and I don't understand how.
It's crazy. I love that release. Is that song True Enemy?
True Enemy, yeah, title track.
Love that fucking song. The whole record is great. But that part in particular, I remember when I first got it, hearing it, and just like, I love if you can work a swing into a breakdown.
And if you notice, the guitar and the bass are playing different notes. And it makes for this like, where like either one of them alone is nowhere near as satisfying. Mm-hmm. But doing the two together brings you this full crazy ass beater part. It's incredible.
What a band.
Yeah. One of the greats. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite bands. I swear to God, this episode was recorded a month ago. My next pick is a band called Disgrace.
I'm sorry.
No, this is perfect.
Yeah.
The song is Self. This is the first song on Songs of Suffering. I refer to this riff as the Eat a Banana riff. Because it goes, I'm really, really hungry. I'm going to eat a banana. There's a guy from here, the first like 5 times they played, knocked somebody out during this part the same time every show the first 5 times.
What?
It was just like complete happenstance. Just happened to do it every time. So this is a one hit KO type part. And it's the band is such a like thorough musical flex. You know, it's like high IQ, extreme hardcore.
But I also think it's like a platform for your brother to express himself in an unusual way for him.
Yeah.
Because some of the parts, and even like Slave to the Lead God and You Yellow Belly Fuck, like some of it is not the person I think Taylor presents. He's very quiet and reserved. So there's this
100%.
There's this like unhinged aspect to it.
There's
so
a demon in there.
Literally every member is getting to really kind of blossom.
And there's only 4 guys making this.
It's so
somehow
sick.
It's crazy. That's the best band ever.
All right. This is another example of like, it's not so much a pit part, but it's one of the most epic things you will ever see. It's Have Heart, Watch Me Rise.
Sing the sweet, redeeming song.
The closer of their first LP, and often the closer, I think, when they play every time. Mm-hmm. And it's the part after a big, the things we carry, and like everything cuts, and it's just bass drums and Pat and the sweet redeeming song. And it is such a, like I said, like I don't really use the word epic because of, obviously, it can be kind of cringy.
Epic bacon.
Yeah,
win.
yeah, exactly. But that is a correct use of the word.
Yeah, 100%.
Is the way that they do that. And like I said before, certain bands have like melodic parts and get a pass. Have Heart's one of them.
Mm-hmm. They got a lot of hard.
They got a lot
hard moments on this record.
Watch Me Sink is hard, you know.
Yeah.
But this part specifically, I mean, look at the picture that
Erica took.
That's
Legendary.
during that song, you know.
Yeah.
And that's I don't think that has to be put on a list like this.
Great pick. Incredible moment every time.
Every time. Hey.
And now it's top 5 time.
It is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect.
Okay. My number 5. This is Timeless HC now, and I'm in the band now, but I wasn't always. And again, I've moshed to this song almost as much as Breeding Grounds. Mm-hmm. This is the Downpresser intro. Timeless HC classic here. This will ignite any room that we're in now. Couldn't believe it from the first time I heard it all the way to this is from the Creatures split.
Yep.
In 2008, I think. The tour where I saw you and Pomona was the Downpresser Creatures split record release tour as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So that's
kind of a poetic thing, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
Interesting.
That show is where I met Dan.
Right.
So it's all HardLore, baby.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting.
This is what it's all about. Not ever doing the dun 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 with like cymbals and just letting that exist solely on the toms was such a cool creative decision that like just it's ahead of its time. Still, to me.
My number 5. This will not click with anyone, and I know that. But at the time, Mental was the biggest band in the world when it came to this style of hardcore. Mm-hmm. They had a song called, it's funny, I guess the song is actually called DFJ's Dairy. I thought it was DFJ's Diary my whole life.
Yeah, but they fuck shit up.
Has to be a typo? Okay. So
yeah, I think it's Diary.
I haven't seen it printed, so I guess I don't really know. It's a fast song. It's about DFJ, who's playing the drums on the song.
Yeah.
And then the breakdown for it is such a exact mental part. And Greg says, kick it. And it's just, and it's just, when I would be walking around high school humming that for years. like
I can't believe you would look at DFJ's Dairy on streaming and be like, I guess that's what it's called.
I guess that's what it is. Yeah, I know. I know. I didn't. Well, it's worse to be wrong on this fucking thing and read a comment than to say this is what it says. I don't know.
You're right. It's true. Great. That's a good pick. And it's very, very Bo.
It's very Bo. Exactly. That's how you know it's true to me. It is.
You're getting different answers here.
It's Diary, by the way.
Yeah. Of course it is. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm so glad this moment lives forever. My next pick, my number 4, from the year 2000. Cold as Life. From the Declaration of Independence. This is the hardest single part in their discography. The song is called Who Holds the Truth. You get the big church bell.
Yep.
You get the rain, the horrifying bass buildup into this pure palm muted part. Absolute chaos, destruction, carnage, every motherfucking man for himself, blood, horror. Who holds the truth? Get out of my way. No friends during the Who Holds the Truth pit.
My next pick. I chose a No Warning song on the previous one, but I'm choosing a Suffer Survive song, which is different than a No Blood song. And that's the exception I'm taking. The song is called Scratch the Skin. Song number 4 on this record.
Oh, interesting. This is after Jordan and Ben would tell you the record is good.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
No, but Scratch the Skin is hard. What's the riff?
So there's a build, right, where it's like, and Ben's going, so scratch the skin over and then it goes, I wanna get away. Yeah,
that part is hard.
Dude.
That part's hard as shit.
I think it's actually the heaviest No Warning part. Like, objectively, I think it's the most like spin kick mosh part.
Sure, yeah, it's a straight breakdown.
I've always loved that. I've obviously never seen him play it, but I fucking love that song and that part.
I love that record.
It's a great record all the way through.
We're unashamed Suffer Survive guys here on the show, on the program. Great pick, very Bo pick.
Thank you.
These are very individual top 5s.
I think
here.
we're gonna have the same number 1, and we're gonna have to pick.
I don't
different
think
songs.
so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, one of these we're gonna have the same something, and I hope we pick different songs.
Yeah, so I'm sure. Yeah. There's one non-hardcore band on my top 5, and I wonder if you can all guess who they are. But my number 3 is a band from Troy, New York. This is the evolution of Dying Breed. The band is called Dead and Dying. The first song from the album The Prosecution Rests. This song is called Prophecy of Motherfucking War. Dude, don't get me started on this. Imagine I just didn't say anything else.
Next.
From the second this starts, you know you're in for some shit. This is a legit, perfect hardcore song. Insanely underrated. I would like to see this on vinyl and streaming next year. Maybe we can try to make that happen ourselves, along with Mr. Scott Vogel, who released this CD. I think this is a Street Soul Records production or something like that. Whatever the label was called at the time, it had many different names. This is legit masterful hardcore music to me. Perfect track, incredible lyrics. Production is very clean but very hard still. It bookends with just this perfect Colin box riff.
Yeah.
7 5 7 8 7 5 7.
Oh, that's
yeah. 7 5 7 8 7 8 12 8 7 8 7 5 7.
Monochrome is what
that's
you are,
me,
my
baby.
man. Yeah.
Perfection.
Mm-hmm. My number 3, which is thanks to you. You turned me into this. And maybe this is recency bias because I'm putting it so far ahead, so many others. Little band called Dying Fetus. It's subjected to a beating. It's the fucking and then into the so fucking heavy.
Yeah.
That part could go into any of these other bands' parts except for Cosmic Choke.
And it would make sense.
And it would make total fucking sense. It's supremely heavy. And it was when you were like, you got to get into Dying Fetus, check out this record, check out this song, this part. And that was the one. And it got me. So hopefully that does that to anyone else.
Sooner or later, we all must fall to the Fetus.
It's crazy.
It happens, brother.
It's crazy.
That's the best. That's the hardest band. That's the hardest non-hardcore band of all time.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Speaking of hardest hardcore bands of all time, this is my number 2. This is a record I vividly remember actively watching in real time the release of, listening to it after receiving the pre-order, tears in my eyes, unbelieving of how hard it is. The band is Kickback. From the album No Surrender, the song is called No Surrender. A 5-minute epic that includes a minute-long sample in French. And I'm still sitting there with bated breath in disbelief at what I'm hearing. And then this pit to pit to pit to pit to pit to pit part happens, and I know I'm hearing like life-altering music. And that's what No Surrender is. To me, to this day, this is like a perfect record, from everything from production to the rollout to the attitude, the lyrics, the vibe. It does not get better than this for me. This is, no matter how much Underdog I listen to or whatever phases I go in and out of, I'm still in my heart forever the Kickback guy. I always will be. I carry a little bit of France in my heart at all times. Viva la France, viva la Kickback. No Surrender, the second hardest breakdown from 2000 to 2025.
Excellent. Here's where I thought we were both going to choose this. I'm going with a Hatebreed song off the record, Perseverance. And I was ready to pivot between Proven or Perseverance, depending on what you chose, because they're both. So I think if I'm going to choose it, the actual pit part is going to be Proven. What's funny is the way I would play it is not how Wayne plays it. He goes da-na-na-na. He jumps a string, but I would go, it would be like 5.
So he goes da-na-na-na.
He goes 5-8, 6-4.
Yeah.
But I would go 5-8-9-6, da-na-na-na, just kind of slide the finger.
Yeah.
But that's not how he does it. So it's not how it's played.
But that's just Wayne.
That's just Wayne.
Watch one of them videos of Sean playing it by himself to the entire world in Russia or some shit. Yeah. You might see it. You might see it the other way. This is obviously
it's an all-time, like an all-timer.
I could cry right now thinking about the Proven Mosh part. And you think about like what this song represents, dude. Like a 5-year gap in a discography, and it starts like that, blistering fast, personal, aggressive lyrics into a part that sounds like nothing they've ever done before, but still fits with their vibe.
Yep.
Proven.
It's what do we got?
Proven. There it is. Beautiful. I am proven. We are proven. Dun, 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 dun. My number 1 is the only band you couldn't classify as a hardcore band on my entire list. Band is obviously Crowbar. This is the riff that Kirk himself would describe as go fuck yourself. This is the heaviest fucking riff in the world, bitch. And as soon as you hear it, they played this song live before the record came out, and I agreed. Saw it live, and I was like, that's the heaviest riff I've ever heard. Gung, 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 get on out. And that's a song about like beating alcohol, like fighting alcoholism.
Really?
You gave me wings and took the sky away. Whoa. Cemetery Angels.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Deeply personal.
Yeah.
And then breaking down. And then the bring it down.
Oh, man.
There's nothing in the world harder than this to me.
Great pick.
That's the one.
I was curious because there's Crowbar on the other lists. I was curious It makes sense to
But this is so late Crowbar, and they're still delivering the hardest shit ever.
I love it.
This is their God. They are musical God.
Yes. My number one is by Lamb of God. The song is Now You've Got Something to Die For. There's a pre-breakdown. So the breakdown itself is the vocal pause, and it's to die for dun 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 dun, right? Before that, they play it full time, and it's the tempo is a little quicker. So it's burn down and it's like so it hits so fucking hard and sets up this crazy breakdown.
And it's the reason why that big end part works.
Why
Absolutely.
it works at all. But that little, 16 measure part is, I think it blows my mind, because I'm sure it was just like a throwaway. Well, let's just play it quicker here and then we'll slow it down, because it would be weird. Blah, blah. But what it serves for the song and how it would activate me in the right setting, shan't, but could, but won't.
Could. It's not going to at a fucking stadium, which is where you have to see them. But
when we play with them next month, or I'm sorry, in September with, body count at a casino, I will be very much enjoying this part. And it's just
you'll be at the Baccarat table.
Yeah. Good now.
slamming chips, dude.
But yeah, it is firmly in like my favorite. It's like the most perfect utilization of a part to set up a part.
I love it.
Yeah.
Very different list.
Yeah, very different list.
This makes for a very unique listening experience.
Yeah, this playlist is going to be crazy.
It's awesome. I already love it.
DFJ's Dairy and...
DFJ's Dairy, I can't believe you just accepted that. You're just a special guy. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
It's okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
No. I accept you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's Dairy. It's Dairy on Spotify. It's crazy. All right.
That's just operator error. Thank you all for watching. Once again, this was very fun. This is the first ever list, bracket, anything type thing on our brand new channel. We appreciate you being here so much. Please like this video if you enjoyed this. Subscribe below. We're just fucking getting started, man.
Hit the bell. Help us out. Come on.
We need it. It is dire, but we are thrilled and grateful to still be doing this show 3 years later. Now on our own channel. Spotify is absolutely crushing lately, so thank you all to the listeners there. We're feeling good, man. We've never been more inspired.
Yeah, feeling good. So
thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week with surely something sick. So thank you. Bye.